Hello, Romans here and welcome to another music review. I review every album from a viewpoint of a musician, as I'm a singer, songwriter and a bass player for my own group Wakey It. And 2 years ago we released our debut album called Pursuits in Life. What makes it unique is that it's a heavy prog rock without guitars. Instead you have drums, bass, saxophone and keyboards. You can check out all of our music videos on my YouTube channel.
So make it count. Every day you can start anew. I want you to scream. Life is now. There's nothing you can get through. Just don't give up the dream. Yeah.
And in the description of all these videos you will find all the information about where is the record available. It's available on all digital platforms like Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, iTunes, Amazon, Bandcamp, but also in this digipack version of a CD with a very beautifully illustrated 20 pages long booklet. So in case you want one, all you need to do is contact me via an email, on Facebook or on Instagram, or you can get one through Bandcamp as well. And today I'm going to review the new album from Fallgrapp, Ostrov.
Music review. Music review.
Fallgrapp is a Slovak band that plays like a mixture of world music, electronics, pop, art, pop in a way, rap, whatever. It's kind of hard to classify because this is not necessarily something I listen to that much. But basically, if we think away the commercial mainstream and like the rock and metal scene, this is basically the type of music that like music critics in Slovakia and all the like magazines and websites dealing with culture and music and whatever, this is basically the type of a music that is most appreciated. I was aware of Fallgrapp since they released their debut album in 2014, but I somehow never got around to actually listen to their music. There's just so much music out there. And then I kind of missed out on them with the second album, so when the third album came out over a week ago, I was like, okay, let's finally listen to this album, and it's freaking awesome. I love this record. So as of now I've heard it 10 times, it's quite a lot, so let's go into the review. As this album is sang in Slovak language, I will try to translate the names of the songs for you. So the opening track is called Smutno Biela, which means like sadly white, and it has a beautiful vocal opening which kind of sounds like a melancholic soul, which I really haven't heard that many times before. I like the bass fills here. And production-wise, I can't imagine a better sounding album than this. The production was mainly made, if I read it correctly, by the keyboard player and the DJ of the band, Jureš Liška, who is like the leader of the band. And this guy is insane. He's a freaking genius, and I would really love to work with him sometime in the future. Also, there's a rap section. There are 2 featurings on this album, but I've never heard about those people before, so I don't know who they are. But anyway, usually when there's a rap section in a artistic pop music like this, it ruins the song for me, but not here. In here I was very okay with that. The second track, Keď padal sneh, is one of the songs that they made a music video for, and the title can be translated as When the Snow Was Falling, considering the context of lyric. And when I heard this song I was blown away. It's a pure perfection. I love it. It's that electronic beat, synths, all those key sounds. It's just fantastic.
Keď padal sneh, stekali nám kvapky po tvári. Keď padal sneh, miešali sme slzy v pohári. Keď padal sneh, pýtali sa prečo sa tvárim tak zvláštne.
This is basically my favorite track on the album. It's also a bit different than the rest of the songs. The title track, Ostrov, which can be translated as an island, is very much in Lana Del Rey style. We hear a piano, it's kind of a laid-back, it has that almost like melancholic / nostalgic feeling. When I'm listening to that track I imagine sunset. It's a very beautiful track. Môžeš prísť, which means you can come, is basically an art pop song, and wouldn't the world be a nicer place if radios actually played this kind of pop?
Môžeš ku mne prísť, potichu ako spím, keď ku mne chodí. Môžeš ku mne prísť, pozrieť sa zblízka.
The only instrumental on the album is called Terracotta, which is based on a simple electronic riff with many interesting and various sounds. Mlkvi, which is kind of hard to translate, I think it's like silent, basically it means someone who doesn't talk too much, is a more up-tempo song that's full of various sounds, almost to the point where I'm like wondering, okay, where is the band and what are just the sounds? And I think that this song would be interesting live, like they are either gonna play those sounds from a sound card or whatever, or they are gonna perform it with the instruments, but in that case the song is probably going to be a bit different.
Máš, čo si chcel, ty si taký mokrý, ty si taký mokrý. Máš, čo si chcel, ty si taký mokrý, ty si taký mokrý.
My wife is joining me a bit sooner than I expected, and not just her, a little Willie too. Willie, did you like the album? He likes the hand though. So the next track, Wakey It Flies, is a shorter vocal melancholic piece again, so in a way it reminds me of the first track on the album, and it has almost like a folk vibe. The next track is called Uletí, It Flies Away, so there's a kind of a play on words in Slovak. And this is more experimental song that seems to be made from sounds rather than instruments, which is something that I've noticed more often on the album. Also, strings are a nice addition. It's a very interesting song, and I like that glimpse of Latino, I think, towards the end of the song. It's something I wish they maybe worked more on, because I think it sounds really very interesting. Iba ďalej kráčam, I just continue walking, is basically a rap song with really great lyrics.
Máš prečo žiť, ty stále máš prečo žiť, aj keď sa cítiš gone, girl, unesená split. Máš prečo žiť, lebo vždy keď dropne beat, zastaví sa čas a je tam iba ona ty. Máš prečo žiť, lebo vždy keď dropne beat, vidíš pred očami rodí.
The final track is called Vlísti in Leaves. It has a laid-back but solid groove, and there are like jazz influences, which is pretty cool. I think it's a very interesting song. So Julie has been listening to this album with me as well, so what do you think about it?
I really enjoy this album. Enjoyed.
Maybe you still enjoy, I don't know.
Even I don't like this genre or kind of music. I like it.
Mm-hmm. And what was your favorite track? Keď padal sneh?
No.
No?
Ostrov.
Oh, really? I remember when I played that song, Keď padal sneh, she was like, what is that? And the second time I played it, she was like, yeah, so she really started
Yeah,
liking
it's catchy.
It's catchy. And Billy, did you like the album? So I think that means I enjoyed the album, even though it's not something I generally listen to because I'm 5 months old. So yeah, generally I really enjoyed this album, even though I'm kind of similar in this with my wife. This is not necessarily a type of a music I listen to a lot, but I really enjoyed it a lot, and I will definitely check out their older albums because I should have already. So have you heard this album already? You can let me know in the comment section below whether you agreed or disagreed with me. If you're a Fallgrapp fan, you can let me know how well do you think it compares to their previous albums, maybe which one is the best in your opinion. If you like this review, don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. You can check out my own original music, do so please. My live performances, my worst to best series, and quite a lot of other reviews as well. Thanks a lot for watching.